Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well as always. Today I am back with the podcast vibe. If you watched the I Hate My 20s video, I just really enjoyed it. I quite liked having that sort of sit down therapeutic vibe, and it did send me into a bit of a spiral. Like, I really am someone where if I enjoy something once or do something once, I'm like, wow, I could do this forever. And part of me was like, should I do a podcast? And the only thing really stopping me right now is that the only podcast name that I really liked, like it just came to me, it just felt right. I was like, that would be the one, was Do You Know What I Mean? Because I say, do you know what I mean all the time? And I mean, it's quite I want to say it's quite a British thing. Watch me get like absolutely slaughtered in the comments for saying that. Like, we say it here too, which is fine. But I say, do you know what I mean, a lot. Like, a lot of people actually rinse me for it. Gav, if you're watching, hopefully you are, a view's a view. And my friend Gav used to rinse me all the time when I first started YouTube for saying, do you know what I mean? So it just felt like it would be perfect, but someone's using it. They've not posted in a long time, but it says at the bottom that it's copyrighted, so I'm to assume that is not an option. And I couldn't really think of any other name, so I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to carry on making these sort of YouTube videos with the podcast vibe whilst I have this microphone, because it is actually my friend Lucy's, so I'm kind of hoarding it at this point. She's probably going to text me after this like, give me my microphone back. So that's that. But I thought, let's just carry on making these sort of YouTube videos while I can, because I really enjoy making them. And it's just nice to sit and chat and be a bit more therapeutic in this sort of environment. Obviously, last time I filmed one of these videos, I was talking about how I hate being in my 20s. And I guess it was a somewhat negative video. That definitely wasn't the pure intention to be like completely negative, but just sort of like a open and honest chat with you all, because I know a lot of people feel similar, and actually the response was really nice from it. So today I wanted to talk slightly more positive in a way, and just something that I've been thinking about a lot recently, especially since we go into a new year. Happy New Year, by the way. It is 2024. I haven't even said Happy New Year. Hope you're all feeling slay. Something I've thought about a lot going into the new year is how big 2023 was for me in terms of my confidence, the growth in my confidence, and how I have really progressed. So it's interesting because the last video I was really talking about how I feel a bit stuck and I don't really know where I'm at, and I feel like I'm not achieving enough and things like that. And this video I'm talking about actually acknowledging the things that I have done. Please don't worry, it's not going to be a me video. Like, I've done this, that, and the other. But I thought we could talk a little bit more about how I have learned to sort of not care, and how my confidence has really grown in terms of like how I post online and how I just do stuff because I enjoy it and it makes me happy and I'm not hurting anyone in the process. So yeah, it's something I've been thinking about a lot going into 2024, because I was making a sort of recap and I was looking at how many TikToks I've made in 2023. And I'll admit my uploading has been really patchy, same as it can be with YouTube. YouTube is slightly different for me. I love making YouTube videos, and I feel like I stopped caring a long time ago about what I look like and how I sounded and things like that. But I just find with YouTube, obviously you need to really dedicate the time to sitting down, filming a video, editing it, and I want it to be good. Sometimes I feel like I'd put out videos and I'm not that happy with them. So yeah, I feel like the patchiness is different with YouTube, but with TikTok it can be a little bit hit or miss, just because sometimes you can start to doubt yourself and sort of what you're posting and feel a bit self-conscious. And I know a lot of people want to post online unapologetically and just post themselves doing what they want and be happy without worrying what other people think. And it's really, really difficult to get to that place. Now, this does not just apply for if you want to post online. This applies to pretty much anything. Like, people hold themselves back every single day in fear of what people will think about them or say about them. So this doesn't mean, oh, I don't post on TikTok because of this reason. No, you might not wear something because of what people might say. You might not do a certain hairstyle. You might not go to a certain like venue or something. I don't know. There's lots of different examples, and some are probably so much smaller that we don't even think of them. Like, you might not eat a certain food because you're worried about what someone might comment. Do you know what I mean? So obviously there's lots of different cases of this, so please don't feel like just because you don't have any interest in posting online, you're not going to find this video relevant or interesting, because hopefully you will. But it's something I've really had to work on over time. So obviously my specific example is posting online and posting content and all that stuff. And I guess we'll take it back a little bit to my days in school. So when I was in secondary school, if you didn't know, I went to an all-girls secondary school, so the claws were out every now and then. I am a very non-confrontational person. I am quite passive, I think. And I feel like most people would say that as an insult, but I'm fine with that. Like, I'm someone that is mostly good with everyone, like fine to be friends with everyone. I've had people say vile things about me, and I won't get into an argument over it or create a massive drama over it, because ultimately that's not making me feel any better. I'm not someone that likes to scream and shout and argue with people and have text conversations about why things aren't working, and I'm just not really a confrontational person. And maybe that is me being a bit of a coward, but it's because I know it makes me really uncomfortable, and I just don't like the negative energy and all of that drainingness that comes from it. So anyway, that's a little bit of backstory about me. I don't actually know why I was going on that tangent, but school. So I went to an all-girls school, and I really wanted to post YouTube videos. And in secondary school, I was actually really into Tumblr. And I used to post quite a bit on Tumblr. I actually used to take pictures of myself and post on Tumblr, because it felt like something only me and my friend Emily used when it came to our school. Now, that's not the case. I knew quite a few people in our local area that used Tumblr, but at the time, it wasn't, it was harder to be found and things like that. Like, you used a certain username, all of this, like, I just really enjoyed it. I loved it. But I wanted so desperately to make YouTube videos, sitting down, talking, filming myself, uploading them. And I never ever did, because I was so worried about what people would say. Now, that doesn't just come out of nowhere. I went to an all-girls school. People were bitchy. People are in school anyway. I don't put it down to being just an all-girls school, because I reckon they are in mixed schools as well. It's just like immaturity, being childish. Like, I'll never forget, I posted a picture on my BBM, and like, I'd got a new beanie. I was really feeling myself, took a little selfie, and I just remember someone replying, and I won't say what they say, because if this person watches this video, they might remember this, and I don't want them to feel bad for it, because we were literally like 13 or 14, but it's stuck with me. But I just remember them commenting on how I was posing, and they were saying it in like a ha-ha way, but I thought I looked good, so I was like, okay, and I got really upset, and I took the picture down and all of that. Like, so, certain things happen that make you insecure. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that person's made me insecure, because they haven't, but certain things happen to, like, when you get that sort of reaction to something smaller, you can only imagine what it would be like if you posted something as big as a YouTube video, right? So anyway, school, was too scared, way too scared. Went to sixth form, thought I'd feel a bit more confident. Had some awful experiences in sixth form. Had some terrible experiences. Honestly, probably some of the best years of my life. At the time, loved it. Looking back, slight trauma. Yeah, some of those nasty comments really came out in sixth form. That was lovely. And the one thing I will say is, like I said, I am not a confrontational person. I don't want you to think I'm walking around being like, you this, that, and the other. Like, no, these were like such what's the word? Oh my God, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Like, I wasn't asking for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't, anyway, I can't think of the word. That's really going to bug me, and I'm probably going to edit it, and it's going to come to me, and that's going to really annoy me. But anyway, I'm not like, these comments were just people being sly and nasty. And I think that's what made me realise over time that you can truly be doing nothing but being you, and someone will always have something to say. Someone on this earth, at least one person will always have something negative to say, even if you are just being your normal, pleasant self. You aren't doing anything wrong. You might not even really be talking to these people. Sometimes some people just don't like you. And you know what? That's fine. Because can you honestly say, hand on heart, you've never disliked someone just from like the vibe they give, or you've seen them interact with other people and you just don't feel like you'd get on? Doesn't mean you hate them. I don't by any means mean you hate them, but you might not be like jumping for joy when they walk in a room. Because I can say I have had that, okay, and I consider myself to be quite a nice person, but sometimes you just see certain people, how they talk to others and things like that, and you think, not a bit of me. Not a bit of me, and that's fine. You have your friends, I love mine. Cool. Well, it's not going to end. So that's what you come to sort of realise. And I think the point I'm getting at with going through the school years is the maturity levels as well. Like, I've grown so much. I'm 25 years old now, and even though that's not old, I feel like I've got enough life experience now where I'm at the point of like, I don't care. Like, I don't. Now, some of my friends will probably watch this and be like, are you sure? Pretty sure you were crying when I posted that selfie of you the other day. Yes, sometimes I'm insecure. Sometimes I lack confidence. But I'm at the best point in my life right now of not caring what other people think about me. So getting back to the point of this video, I'm sorry, I just sort of took you through my school years there real quick. But my point being that I have grown enough to realise that life is way too short, which is probably why I was having the mental breakdown in my last video like this. Life is too short to spend your years worrying about what people think of you. And I say this all the time, as long as you are not hurting anybody, as long as you're not being vicious or nasty, like as long as you are going out with positive and pure intentions, who cares? Like, why do you care if a couple people don't like it? And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I went down a bit of a spiral the other day. So I was actually making one of my videos about, you know, just being confident and not feeling embarrassed. It was like an audio from Euphoria. You can check it out on my Instagram or my TikTok. Secret plug if you want to see it. But I posted that, and then I was like, actually, do you know what's really interesting? I wonder how many people have unfollowed me. I don't know why I thought this. I tell you, I actually saw the number on Instagram go down by a number, and I thought, I wonder if it's just like accounts being deleted or if people are unfollowing me. I haven't used one of these in 3, maybe 4 years. I downloaded an unfollowers app. I never use these. 1, they terrify me. I'm so scared my Instagram's going to get hacked. And 2, I just don't want to see it. That's why I deleted it, because I was sort of like, why do I care if people have unfollowed me? Like, sometimes I'm following people and I'm only really following them because they followed me, or like we went to, like, I've met them a couple times or something, like, I knew them once upon a time. But sometimes, it's okay to unfollow people. I'm all on board with that. If they're not bringing any relevance to your life, that's fine. Like, if you're not enjoying their content, if you don't chat to them or anything, like, if you don't want someone on Instagram, you don't want someone on Instagram. It's really not that deep. So I was sort of like, I'll delete it because I don't care. And it was just feeling a bit negative, like, because I'd always think, why have they unfollowed me? I would always think, what have I done? Which is a really bad way to think about it. But that is where my mind would go. I'd be like, what have I done wrong? Why have they unfollowed me? So I actually ended up deleting that app a long time ago, and then curiosity killed the cat. I re-downloaded it, and I stupidly had a little look at people that weren't following me back, because when you newly download the app, it won't tell you who's unfollowed, because they'd have to have unfollowed you since you had the app. So it was telling me who wasn't following me that I was following back. So I just went through and I was like, let's just go have a look. Mostly like influencers, celebrities and whatever. And then there just came like 1 or 2, and some of them were like really random people, like girls I'd met in a club toilet like 5-6 years ago, never spoken to since. Those ones where it's like, oh my God, let me go on Instagram. Like, ones that I've probably thought about unfollowing, but I felt too mean. So those, I was like, whatever. There was a couple like from school, and like a couple like that I've met over years that I thought would maybe not unfollowing me. So some of those sort of made me think, what was it? What was the post? Like, what was the post that made you unfollow me? Which is such a bad way to think, because I'm so on board with, if you don't want to follow someone on Instagram, don't follow them. That doesn't mean any hard feelings, doesn't mean you hate them, doesn't mean you're nasty, doesn't mean they're ugly or boring or anything like that. It just might mean that, you're not interested in their stuff anymore and you don't talk to them or anything, like anything. So I don't know why I couldn't tell myself that. I was like, I wonder what it was. Is it because I've been posting my handstands a lot on Instagram? Like, what is it? I did snap out of that really quickly, but my point being, I am in a really good place of not caring so much, and even I have my days where I'm like, what did I do? What happened? So, yeah, I deleted that app, literally same even. I was like, don't do that again. It's no good. All I do is like sort of beat myself up, which is just so stupid. Like, it's Instagram. But I think it's just because it's people that I know. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, there was the people that wasn't bothered, and then there was some people that I like knew, but I haven't spoke to in so many years. So again, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I digress. How I got to this point in my life, I couldn't really give you a straight answer other than, one, I've grown up a little bit more. Two, I just started being brave and posting. Like, I just used to post something, throw my phone away, and then come back to it an hour later. And you'll actually be surprised by the amount of people that are supportive. The lack of people that care. Like, no, is that right? the lack of people that care. The lack of people that don't care. No, the lack of people that care, right? Because they don't care is my point, right? So you will be surprised. And actually, over my time posting online, it's been the complete opposite. Like, people have been so lovely. The people that I've known from school and my local area and house parties when I was a teenager, all those people I was worried about, like my inner 14-year-old self was scared of, have actually been some of the nicest. Like, I'll go on a night out, I'll bump into someone and they're like, oh my God, like, how are you? Really enjoying watching your TikToks. Like, people will DM me. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I've got fans by any means. I feel like that sounds really big-headed. But they're just being genuinely nice and just saying like, oh, love this, or da-da-da. Like, just being friendly and just being nice. And it honestly is so lovely. If you are someone from my local area or my school and you're watching this and you've DM'd me or interacted or commented or whatever, show me a bit of love and support, thank you, because it genuinely means more than you'd ever know. Yeah, I just started being brave and seeing that actually people don't care. And also, I just tell myself every day, we live on a floating rock. Do you know what I mean? Like, we literally live on a floating rock. There's nothing more to it than that. Like, life is too short. We live on a floating rock. If people don't like what you are doing, you are saying, you don't have to have them in your life. Mic drop, just saying. Like for me, again, my circumstances posting online, those people that don't enjoy my content, don't like it, don't want to see it, they don't have to follow. They can unfollow me. That's fine. I might download an unfollow app and have a spiral every 4 years, but that's fine. We can build a bridge and get over that. So, yeah. And again, that's my circumstance, like posting online. Yours might be you want to start wearing certain clothes. You want to start listening to certain music. You might want to start getting into a certain skill or hobby. And it really is as simple as do it because it makes you happy. And I promise you, no one that actually loves you and cares about you will be rude, nasty, or mean. Even if like a really close friend or family member that you trust is horrible about it, they probably don't love and care for you as much as you think they do. And I'm sorry, that sounds really deep, but it's true. Like, my parents, for example, they're not from this generation of filming yourself talking into a microphone, waffling in your room all the time. They don't always get it. They don't always understand what I'm doing, but they are so supportive and they are so on board with me doing what makes me happy and enjoying it. And they will listen. They'll listen about it. I'll tell them about it and they might be going over their heads. They don't make it seem like that. They try their best to understand what I'm talking about. And that means more than they will ever know, because people that truly love you will support you in the best way that they can, and they know how to. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Again, this isn't like a self-help video. I think that's something I really struggle with at the end of these videos, is I feel like I'm not really giving you a solution to things. It's more so just me speaking out loud, and hopefully you can take something from it. But yeah, my biggest piece of advice is just try your best to not care. Just try your best. And I know some things can be scary. Again, if you were wanting to change up your style and go from like really preppy sort of style to like goth, like maybe just take it in slow increments and slowly start including it in your life, and just do what makes you happy. Like, genuinely, it's the biggest thing I can say. It's something I tell myself every single day. I post online and make videos because it makes me happy, and that's something I've always said about my channel as well. When I first started my channel, everyone's always like, how many subscribers, da, da, da. Like, oh, you're not bummed you're not got like 1,000 subscribers? No. And I've always said, like, for me, this is a hobby. I love sitting down and talking to you guys. That's why sometimes I will film a vlog and I'll end up deleting it, because I'm like, I don't think anyone's going to find that interesting, because it's literally just me waffling, like sat in my car, sat in my room, like I'm just moving location but waffling. Like, I'm literally editing a vlog at the minute, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm waffling too much here. I don't know if there's a lack of entertainment and just me waffling, but I might post it anyway. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. But yeah, for me, I love editing, I love making videos, and that's all that matters to me now, is that I'm doing something that I enjoy, that brings me happiness. Especially, like, I think for a lot of people, including myself, COVID like really put me into gear. Like, it made you realise how quick things can change, and do you really want to get to like 80 and go, I really wish I'd done that at 25? So yeah, just think about that. Think about your happiness. Put yourself first. And like I said, you're not hurting anyone. You're not being cruel. You're not being nasty. You're making yourself happy. So yeah, just do you. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. I probably could talk for a lifetime. And I feel like if I had a podcast, I'd probably do it for like 30 to 45 minutes anyway. But it just feels different because it's a YouTube video. Like, it's not an official podcast. So yeah, let me know if you're enjoying these kind of videos, because I really like just sitting and chatting away. Like I said, I just like talking and talking. So let me know if you are enjoying these kind of videos. If so, if there's anything you'd like me to sort of talk about, let me know, because I just sort of do whatever comes to my mind. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.